up, YouTube? Max here. Today we're playing a modern two-man queue with some Golgar Yawgmoth in preparation for the modern challenge tomorrow. We're on the draw. We're going to mulligan this hand. We're going to keep this and put back a land, probably the Peatland. So we're practicing for the modern challenge tomorrow. We're going to be trying a few different decks today, just these two-man queues. So we're going to be taking one here off this Swift Spear to start out the game. Burn is not the best matchup, but definitely not the worst either. I think I'd rather start with the... I want to start with the Yawgmoth, actually, because that is Undying. We're probably not going to be blocking with it, but I feel like starting with the Ignoble Hierarch, if they just kill that, like with a Searing Blaze or something, we're really far behind. So I'd rather start with the Yawgmoth and then go Wall Roots into the Hierarch or something like that. So I've played a little bit with his Yawgmoth deck. Been pretty impressed. It definitely has a high learning curve. A steep learning curve. But I've been impressed with it so far, and gonna try this deck in a couple more, one or two other decks today, hopefully, and figure out what we want to play in tomorrow's event. Opponent looks like they're on Burn. Pretty obviously. Goblin Guide, okay. Ooh, opponent might not have a second land. I'd like to see that. We get a land, and I guess we just block Goblin Guide. Alright, opponent not with a second land. And then, yeah, we get to go... Let's go Urborg. Play Wall Roots. And then we'll make an Ignoble Hierarch and attack for 3 with our Yawgmoth. So, opponent could be in some trouble here. We're off to a good start, and especially if they don't have another land. They miss their land drop again next turn. We're feeling pretty good about this. Alright, so the opponent's going to think here and figure out how they want to proceed. I can't imagine they have any answer to that on its own, but... Alright, Ignoble Hierarch. Give my Yawgmoth Exalted when it attacks. Coming for 3. And yeah, this is exactly the start we want against Burn. Them stumbling on lands, us having some blockers, and some setting for game plan ramping, having a Yawgmoth or an Undying creature in general. This is a great start. They can attack here, but we're just going to get a land off it, which is awesome. I'm going to block the Goblin Guide. If they have a burn spell, if they have another spell, if they have a spell with a Swift Spirit and give it prowess, it can blow out my Wall Roots. So I'm going to block the Goblin Guide, although they can still lightning bolt the Wall Roots to kill it after the Goblin Guide deals damage, but... Okay, looks like they're going to kill the Yawgmoth instead, but... And they missed a land drop again? Okay. We draw another Yawgmoth. So here... I think we want to go Yawgmoth, Blood Artist... We can also just play Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth. That seems fine. Yeah, that's a better play. Play Yawgmoth. Oops. Tapped wrong. Play Yawgmoth. And then we can play... we can either play Blood Artist or we can play Yawgmoth. I think we just want to use our mana efficiently and play Yawgmoth. The Doctor is in. And yeah, we're just happy passing here, and Even if opponent gets another land and has a removal spell for Yawgmoth, let's say, or something, we still can do some shenanigans. This card's really strong. For those who have not played with this card, or have not seen this deck, I hope to show this combo later in the video if we get to it. But on 2 Undying creatures, you can kind of move the -1 counters between the two and draw cards, and then with a Blood Artist or a Geralf's Messenger, or a way to deal your opponent damage or gains life or something like that. Alright, so we got Yawgmoth on top. I guess we block. I kind of want to block the Swift Spear now. And then we'll sack. We'll put a counter, -1 counter on. I guess the Goblin Guide's fine. We'll sack this Yawgmoth to do so. So now the Yawgmoth's going to come back with Undying. And then this Goblin Guide's going to get a -1 counter. So yeah, when you have 2 Undying creatures, you can kind of loop the counters back and forth between the two with Yawgmoth on the field. And just drawing cards, losing a life each time. But if you have something like Blood Artist, so we draw the Yawgmoth we knew about. Take 1 here. Something like Blood Artist, your opponent, you're breaking even. You're just drawing cards and they're losing life and you're gaining life. Riftbolt enters the revealed zone, and I feel bad for my opponent. This was never really a game, but that's how this works sometimes. And I get to show you this now. So we have the combo. So we're gonna play Yawgmoth. Opponent's tapped out. We can just go for the combo. Get to showcase it a little bit. This might get a concession already, because we can sack a Yawgmoth, put a counter on another one, Undying, loop it back and forth, and then with Blood Artist, as I've been saying, with Blood Artist, every time one of the creatures dies, drain opponent for 1, they lose 1, I gain 1. Do that until they're dead, rinse and repeat until they're dead. So really easy game 1 here, where opponent just stumbled on lands completely. I mean, they missed 3 land drops in a row. We'll take it. Not the greatest practice for this event tomorrow, but still nice to get some practice with this Yawgmoth deck. We'll play probably 1 or 2 matches with this deck, and then move on to another deck, as I'm trying out multiple, at least 1 or 2 other decks after this, and in hopes of finding what I want to play tomorrow. I don't have really a modern deck that is my go-to. I've been playing some Enchantress. I've enjoyed that deck, but it just hasn't been serving me as well as I would like lately. Hasn't been quite enough. All right. I'm not sure what the hold-up is here. Opponent is just dead. There's nothing they can do to stop this. They don't know we have the Blood Artist, but they should know that we can, basically draw until we find one. Alright, cool. Now we're going to play the Blood Artist. That might, alright, opponent just have 6. Sweet. Alright, so here goes the combo. We're going to pay a life, put a counter, -1 counter on the one that has a +1 counter, and we'll sack the one that doesn't. And then we're going to save targets there. We're going to always yield to this Undying. So that one's going to come back with a counter. They're going to lose life. This one's going to lose a counter. We're going to draw. And yeah, we just do this infinitely. So it goes -1 counter on the one that has it. So get rid of the counter. Sack the one that doesn't. They're going to concede. Cool. Alright, so really easy game 1. Again, opponent just never really got to the board. In this matchup, 4 Grist, get out of here. Endurance, Ooze, those are definitely coming in. And I kind of like Punishment. This can get rid of a couple of their 1-mana stuff, maybe. Maybe it's not as good as I think it is. I just don't think Grist is fast enough in this matchup. So it's either that or Liberator can be nice. It can technically get their Eidolon. We'll try one of Punishment. Probably not playing the crime part. But Punishment for 1 can get some like, yeah. We'll play Liberator. I don't know if that's right, but we're going to try the Liberator. I know I don't like Grist, though. That's... Planeswalkers against Burn are generally not the best, and this is definitely a matchup where they're not the best. Alright, so this hand's nearly perfect. I think double Yawgmoth is a little bad. We would have liked to see, like... I don't know. But yeah, this hand is just great. See if my opponent can hit their land drops this game. Alright, so yeah. We'll see what our opponent has. They might be mulliganing here. I think this Yawgmoth deck is definitely tier 1 in the modern format as it stands. But we will see what we end up playing tomorrow in the challenge. It's calling turn pass. That's interesting. I wonder if my opponent's not quite on straight burn. Because we didn't see much of their deck, I guess. I still think we want to just fetch for a basic and play Young Wolf and pass. I just don't want to run out this Ignoble Hierarch and let it... It feels really bad if they have like a Searing Blaze especially. I think just playing a Young Wolf turn 1 is better than the Hierarch. Especially while we're still trying to figure out exactly what their 75 or what their deck looks like. Okay. They probably are just on straight burn, but... Yeah, okay, they are on burn. Eidolon, perhaps? Eidolon is here. Alright, well, that's unfortunate, I suppose. Yeah, so I guess playing the Hierarch and then attacking with Strangleroot is probably... And then, like, playing the Hierarch is definitely an upside play, but, again, I feel so bad. I would have felt so bad if they would have just had a Searing Blaze or something for it. That would have been a real feel bad for sure. So here we're going to grab a basic and just play Strangleroot Geist. We could also, yeah. We'll take 2 to do so, but... Attack. So, we're a long way off from playing our Geralf's Messenger. They hit their 3rd land, so this is more of a competitive game for sure. If they attack here, we're blocking easily. Sure. Do we? I think we just block. Yeah. I think if they want to finish it off with a removal spell after then dying, that's fine. Now they kind of have to, otherwise they're just taking more damage on the way back. But yeah, we're not going to be playing this Searing Blaze. So that's what the card I was worried about originally. We're not going to play this Geralf's Messenger anytime soon. But Riftbolt, okay, so now they have a Riftbolt suspended. I guess what we can do is we can play the Hierarch, taking 2 to do so, that's fine. Yeah, burn is not the best matchup for us, I would imagine. They just have so much interaction. And Undying is quite good against them, but still. Still a lot of interaction. Get him for 3, I guess. Just try to race him. I know that sounds weird, but I think we can race this deck. I think it is possible for us to race Burn. I was playing a couple of these 2-man queues, just practicing with the deck last night, and I raced Burn before. It happened once. They got a Pithy Needle on my Yawgmoth, and I just played a bunch of creatures and just bashed them. You know, I just went wide, and then dying is good in combat, and yeah, it worked. So this deck's this deck is not one-dimensional. Yawgmoth is not a one-dimensional deck. It can attack on a lot of different axes, a lot of different angles. Burn is more like, do my game plan each game. Hopefully it's good enough, you know. But that's, to be fair, Burn does have a lot more play to it than some people would give it credit for. I played the deck for a few months, not too long ago, and like that's all I was playing when I was playing more paper tournaments. And yeah, deck's sweet. I just don't think it's the best position right now. So I'd like to see this Rift Bolt go up to my face if I was the opponent. I think that's where they should target it. I think killing the Ignoble Hierarch is the other option. I don't think you want to kill a Strangleroot Geist with it. But I think they're trying to race me, I'm trying to race them, and just see who does it better or quicker. Alright, yeah. Where are you targeting it? Alright, they're just gonna go to my face, that's fair. So I go to 8, they go to 10. I think this Ignoble Hierarch's pretty priced into blocking here. If we get a chance, I think this thing's just gonna block. I don't think, okay. We can't afford to go to 6 against them. Yeah, this is, they still have 4 cards in hand too. This is starting to get a little close. Boros Charm. So we go to 4 and they go to 8 off that. Now I kind of can't play any. This is the spot Burn puts you in where I can't really afford to play any creatures, any spells, because just any 1-mana burn spell just kills me from here. There's no way they're shocking for that, is there? Or they could just have another Boros Charm. That would work as well. I'm not sure why they wouldn't play that quicker. Seems like that's just the easy play. They're thinking about it. I don't think they have the Boros Charm. It could be a hell of a slow roll though, right? But they're taking their time thinking about the Sacred Foundry. Like, I think they have another Boros Charm. They're not playing around. What they're playing around for 1 mana, 1 green. Like, just go for the win. That's my opinion. But we will see what the opponent wants to do. Who knows? It's their life. They can do whatever they want. They want us. Alright, they go to 6. Here comes Boros Charm. Searing Blaze. Oh, that's an interesting one. So I'm gonna go to 1. This would come back as a a 3. I see why they're thinking so long about it now. That makes more sense. Is there any way that we can steal this game? No, I think that pretty much wraps it up. I think we just lose. They have 1 card in hand. If it's a burn spell, we're dead. Like, if we had a black source that, if we had an Urborg or something, we could attack and then play this as a blocker, and then they'd probably lose. But yeah, it seems like they got this one. I guess at this point we just gotta hold back our blocker and hope they don't have a burn spell in the 2 cards they'll have after the draw step. I guess we could also sacrifice this. What would we hope to find though? There's nothing we can find. Yeah, we want an Urborg. Chord is for 2, doesn't do anything. Alright, opponent. Well, we're definitely not attacking here. We're gonna just make him have it. Not looking great, but we can at least make him have it. I see what my opponent was thinking for a while, though. That was a clever play they made. Not even, well, not necessarily a clever play, but just a smart play. Okay, mountain. Ooh. That's a feel bad. We go to 2 off that. Is there a way we can, like, get rid of that? Did we bring in the Liberator? We did bring on 1 Liberator, right? We did. Heck yeah. Alright. I think we're okay. We just respond to this trigger. That's sweet. That's a feel good. Oh, no, we can't. We don't have the mana for this. So it's just for 1. Right? We don't have the mana to chord for more than 1 because the peatland. Dang. Yeah, they got it. If this was any other land, we would have been able to win probably, but it wasn't. To game 3 we go. Submit the same, like what we have. Yeah, if that was another land, we would have been okay. But to be fair, you know, the fact that they had 2 non-burn spells in hand is not often either. So I wonder if Force of Vigor is worth bringing in over the Liberator, perhaps. Like, they show that they have Vortex, so maybe we'll do that, and maybe we'll even get rid of an Endurance for another Force. Try that. Because they've shown that they're bringing in some amount of enchantments, in addition to their Eidolons and such. Is this correct? I don't know. I haven't played the deck much. Ugh, his hand is horrible. His hand's much better. So that hand was really bad because, like, against some decks, having a bunch of acceleration would be fine, but against burn where they kill your first creature and then you're just super far behind, we don't want that much acceleration. Put back this Chord, I think. Chord or the Wall Roots. I don't want to put back a land. I want to hit my land drops in this matchup. And we can play Ignoble Hierarch on 1 on the play because we're not as worried about Searing Blaze. See, when we play on the draw in 1 and then their turn 2 play is Searing Blaze, we're way far behind. Put back this Chord. Oh, that's correct. Oh. Matching a line. Glitching a little bit there. It's been a little slow for me, this Magic Align program. I don't know if any of y'all have had that problem, but it's been a little slow for me lately. So we're going to lead on the Hierarch, and then Wall Roots into Scavenging Ooze, it looks like, potentially. As we anxiously await. Opponent's on 6, okay. Blooming Marsh, Goblin Shaman, put the Goblin Shaman, Mana Dork. I like how there's a Goblin Mana Dork. It's pretty sweet. Magic's come a long way. Opponent, yeah, you should bolt the, not the bird, bolt the Hierarch. Alright, well that's not exactly what we wanted to see. So we can play the Wall Roots and pass, or we can play the Skoos and pass. I guess we'd rather play the Wall Roots here. So we're gonna just grab a basic forest. Or swamp. Forest is fine. I guess we want more green sources for the Scavenging Ooze eventually. I wonder if my opponent's playing another like match, like if they're double queuing or something here, because they're taking their sweet time letting me fetch. Like opponent's been playing a little slow all 3 of these games so far, and so it's not a bad thing if they're playing another match. I'm just curious. Double queuing is perfectly acceptable, and if you want the disadvantage of your clock running down, that's your choice, right? But it's just something to note. Alright, so yeah. Lead with the Wall Roots. It's a good blocker, and I want to have some mana to use my Scavenging Ooze if they try to kill it. Ripple to the exile zone, to the suspend zone. Ooh, land flooding a little bit here. Let's go. Let's go Verdant. Skoos. Pass. Definitely flooding a little bit on lands here. Alright, you can go. I'll fetch. That's fine. This Rift Bolt will probably target my Scavenging Ooze. And we'll eat our Hierarch in response to gain a life. And yep. What are you targeting? Probably have to just target the Scavenging Ooze, right? I'm guessing they target the Scavenging Ooze. Seems like the only... I mean, they could target me. Definitely not the Wall Roots. They could target myself. Target me, but like... they're going to just fall really far behind from the Scavenging Ooze if they don't kill it. I think the reason they try to target the... if they target me, I think that means they have a Searing Blaze in hand, right? So then they can play a land drop and still skill the Ooze and deal 3 more. That would make sense. So, we'll see. Alright, well, they're going to go after that. So now we have to decide... yeah. We're going to fetch anyways, and I don't need the Overgrown Tomb to come and play top. We have enough mana. So we'll just do it this way. Because I want to leave the Wall Roots 5 toughness if I can. Make it harder for that to die. But I definitely did think about like using a Wall Roots counter and then fetching for tapped Overgrown Tomb, but I think we're going to have enough black sources. The Twilight Mire in our hand does a good job of helping that, you know, helping ensure that we have enough black sources. Opponent's still in the tank. It's interesting how long, you know, my opponent's thinking. I don't think it's because they I think about the plays, I think they're actually just playing another match, as I mentioned earlier. Double queuing, as it's called, playing 2 matches or double at once. But maybe they are thinking if they want to try to kill in response. Not sure why they would. If they're going to kill it, if they're going to target another spell at the Ooze, they should definitely do it, in my opinion. They should definitely do it before, or after, rather, I target my Hierarch. But even then, damn, that's just saving on damage. Okay. Try to eat the Hierarch. Gain a life. Ooze gets bigger. Still dies. It's fine. That's fine. We need to draw something that's not a land here. Now we'll go 16 off the Lava Spike. Rolling Vortex. Ooh, that's a tough one for us to beat. 15 we go. Oh, just a land. Alright, well, game flooded for sure. Not what you want to be doing against the burn deck. Alright, so let's think. What's our best draws from this situation? Like a Strangleroot Geist would be pretty nice. A Yawgmoth wouldn't be bad. Or a fetch spell. But Strangleroot Geist would be... I think a Strangleroot Geist would be pretty fantastic. Be difficult for them to deal with and deal some damage. I honestly wonder if our best strategy to win this game and match is just our opponent not completing the game in 7.5 minutes. Yeah, we just need... I mean, they have 3 cards in hand, but they're... Okay, we're at 12. Yeah, this one's looking a little dire for us. Go to 11. We need to draw something here. Chord of Calling. So that's, like I said, that was one of the cards that we would be happy to draw. So we have some options. We can Chord for a Liberator. Oh no, we took those out, didn't we? We brought in Force of Vigor. Okay. We can Chord for a Yawgmoth. But I think we will also want to... We could also just Chord for a Strangleroot Geist and just get the beatdowns going. But if they have a Path to Exile, that's a lot worse. That's like really bad if they have a Path to Exile. Same is true for a Yawgmoth though, so let's do that. Let's do it like this. I'll go for Strangleroot Geist. Try to just race them. Not likely that we'll be able to, but we can definitely try. We're, flooding on land is not where we want to be. We've drawn twice as many lands as... Seen twice as many lands as spells this game. So, we'll see what our opponent wants to do. Okay, nothing. Yeah. Just give me a Strangleroot Geist. Try to get the beatdown started. We gotta try to finish this game. I mean, we're not gaining life as it currently stands, and we're losing a life each upkeep, and they're playing burn. Like, it's not looking great for us. But they're losing a life each upkeep too. So this is actually gonna be like basically attack for 3 essentially. We'll go to 17, then on their upkeep go to 15. So it's like a 5-turn clock versus a probably 3 or 4-turn clock. Because they have some burn spells, I'm sure, in hand. Forest Term. Okay, we go to 7. Yeah. Then they go to 15. We go to 6 in our upkeep. They have double bolt. We're dead. It happens, Okay, they don't have double bolt. Play land. Just pass. Sweet. Go to 6. I want to see something good here. I'm not sure if we can win this game like I'm saying, but just it's unfortunate that we're flooding so bad. I mean, they're seeing a lot of lands too, but still, I think we're seeing more. Ooh, Birds to Paradise. That's not where we want to be. Yeah, it looks like this burn deck's gonna get there against us, but we'll play it out. Gonna kill that. Oh, the Deflecting Palm. That's one of my favorites when I'm playing this burn deck. So we're gonna take 2 from that. Oh, that card's brutal. It's really good against Shadow and Hammer and other decks. It's not as good against a Strangleroot Geist. But yeah, I don't think this one's gonna end the way we want it to. And it feels worse, like I'm saying that. Yeah, okay, well, we'll take 2. Feels really bad, like I'm saying that opponents just taking their time playing this match, and we're still just getting ranched this game, just getting wrecked. Yeah, we go to 2. We go to 4 rather. Play birds, pass, just die on upkeep. Or they'll any 3 mana burn spell from them kills us because we just lose on our upkeep. So if they miss a land drop here, I mean if they hit a land drop, they play a land drop, we get another couple turns. Each land drop they play, we get another turn. But they just need to point a burn spell at our face and we're dead. They might have another Deflecting Palm. Yawgmoth, that doesn't do anything. We're just too slow at this point. I'm not sure why. Could it be a Deflecting Palm? There's no way we can play around Deflecting Palm, right? I mean, if they have it, they have it. Not attacking doesn't do anything because we just die eventually. Yeah. Show me your Deflecting Palm. They could also just run a land and not want to play it to make us think about it. Like, if they drew a land, they should have definitely not played it. That was the correct play. Oh, okay. Yawgmoth. I mean, there's no way we get enough damage through at this point. In the next 2 turns or whatever it is, even if we don't just die here. Yawgmoth won't save us either. Okay. Here we go. Alright, so opponent's going to get this match. Thanks for watching, folks. And I'm going to play another match with this Yawgmoth deck in a 2-man queue, so watch out for the video coming up soon. Bye.